ってますが、やっぱりこの錦鯉っていうのは日本の文化なんです。だからこれをいかに皆さんに知ってもらうかということで、私は一生懸命世界中歩っています。それから世界中の人に鯉を飼って、この美しさを味わってもらいたい。
Hi, my name is Kazuo Takeda. I've been doing koi business 35 years. We support koi breeder in Niigata and like you people. Unfortunately, I lost all my fish, 650 fish, 1999. But koi is always living in my heart. I am now 7 years old, so I like to do something in return all your people who help me. So I decided making tape for history of Niigata. There is few old people who remember ancient koi breeder history. So I took these people interviewing, and this is one of the tape. I hope you enjoy, and I'm looking for another different angle tape for your future history. Thank you very much.
Yamakoshi, Ojiya, in Niigata Prefecture, is home sweet home for Nishikigoi. The legacy of Nishikigoi production in Niigata goes back over 200 years. For the last 50 years, Nishikigoi have become widely popular. The koi that have been bred in Niigata have been loved and cherished by not only the people in Japan, but all over the world. It has been said that the parent koi for the Hiroshima and Kyushu bred koi are from Niigata. Through several generations, the koi breeders have worked hard to produce beautiful koi and keep the legacy of koi breeding alive. Mr. Takeshi Seki is 104 years old and was known in the Niigata area as a grandpa milkman of Seki Dairy. How long ago did you start dealing with koi? Was it Meiji era or Taisho era? How young were you? Well, it started from my father's generation. This area is known for silk. We used to feed silkworm, and the koi used to get so big. We used to eat koi. Is that right? So how old were you when you started dealing with koi? Were you a child? It started with my father's generation. It was probably Meiji era. We used to have koi in our rice field. We were pretty much all farmers around here. You mean there was koi that long ago? Well, there was koi during the Tokugawa era. They used to have koi for enjoyment, to observe their beauty. Where were they around this area? Where did they live in those days? Well, if there was water, there were koi. If you have a river around your house and you didn't have koi, you really didn't save face for your family. That's true. So what type of koi did you use to breed and grow?
そうですか。
はいやっぱりどこでも見られませんよね。綺麗な。
Oh, we used to have sanke, kohaku, and ogon. We also used to have magoi, which is a black koi that people ate. They used to call some of them a whale. Some of these koi were as wide as some of the guys in the village's waist, or larger, and very long. The quality of water definitely makes a big difference in the quality of koi. The daughter-in-law joined the conversation. Oh, there were so many beautiful koi back then. Oh, when are you talking about? When I married his son and came here in 1949, there were sanke, ogon, kohaku, and they were so beautiful. We used to have to wash the dishes in our small river surrounding the house. The koi used to come to where we were washing the dishes and ate the foods that were coming off the plates. Some were small, but some were very big. Many were beautiful ogon and sanke, and if we still had those, they would be worth a lot of money. Grandpa used to go out and buy koi from Gosuke-san, sneak them into our river, and pretend that he didn't know anything about it. He used to spend 300,000 yen to 400,000 yen per koi. Mr. Seki added, when I was about 50 years old, one of the koi I raised, Sekiasagi, sold for 600,000 yen. I added 400,000 yen, which I have been saving, and built this house for a total of 1 million yen. Mr. Goroji Sato, widely known as Gosuke-san, is 90 years old and loves to gamble. This interview was joined in with another breeder, Mr. Ikarashi. So you used to purchase koi since you were 13 years old? Oh yeah. After school, I couldn't wait to get back home so that I can look at the farms from my second floor, find out who is harvesting koi for that day, so that I can go and make my purchase. You bought koi when you were 13? Yeah, I used to buy and sell. How much were the koi? Well, just like now. If it's good, it was expensive. Oh yes, but back then you used to sell per weight, right? Oh yeah, it used to be that way. But those were a level lower in quality. The good koi were sold for its value, not weight. Oh, so you were specializing in expensive koi back then? Well, I just liked money. So when you first started, what type of koi were available? Were there sanke and kohaku and other currently popular types? Oh yes. Mr. Ikarashi stated, well, when Gosuke-san started at age of 13 years old, there really were no customers who came to purchase koi. But the people who bought koi for enjoyment in this area were the very well-to-do people who owned businesses in each village. So one would buy from one place and sell it to another, which in turn would sell to another in the neighborhood. So Gosuke-san was basically a #1 salesman around here. Gosuke-san stated, I also learned a hard lesson through experience. One day I purchased this beautiful kohaku for 350,000 yen from the president of the post office. When I took it home and took off the cover of the bucket that I had this koi in, I noticed a black area behind its eye. It was deformed, but when I was trying to purchase and looking at it, the salesperson was moving the koi in a way that I was not able to see the deformed area. The rest of the koi was so beautiful, so I purchased it. I was played on by the seller. At the time, the president of the local post office was like a mentor to me. When I showed him what happened and asked if he can give me the money back, he told me that I lacked knowledge and that I needed to study more. It was an expensive lesson to learn, but I never was fooled like that again. I used to sell a lot to Hiroshima. After the war in Hiroshima, koi breeders who lived in the plain field did not survive. The koi breeders who lived in the mountains survived. The koi breeders from the mountains started to come to Niigata and buy koi from me. So we used to drive there to sell koi as well. I used to have my son drive and used to take us about 23 hours to get there. The road condition was very bad. It used to be very competitive. Once one seller finds out that there are someone in Hiroshima or Kyushu that wants to buy koi, all of us used to go and try to sell. I once sold this kohaku to a guy in Ojiya. I walked 10 miles from my house to deliver the koi. But a year later, he was telling me that the color was not coming out and wanted me to buy it back. I asked how much, and he sold it to me for 10,000 yen. Then I sold it to Tomoen. After 2 or 3 years later, the color came out beautifully and it grew very large. Tomoen was able to breed many good quality kohaku after that. So Tomoen owes much of their success to you. The rumor has it that in 1970, Gosuke-san sold a kohaku for 9 million yen. Mr. Yoneichi Hoshino, widely known as Hoshione, is 84 years old. When did you start breeding koi? I started after the war, about 1950. My great-grandfather started breeding koi and stayed in the family through the years. Long time ago, this area was all farm? Yes. We used to have small ponds surrounded by rice farms. After the eggs hatch and small koi are raised from the pond, we would throw them into the rice farm and raise them again in the fall. With the people from my village, we would all look at the koi that we raised and decided if they are good koi to keep or not. So there are a lot of koi since then? Oh yes, there were lots. Were people selling koi as business? We didn't used to sell and buy as business. But within each village, there were players who liked koi, about 10 to 15 people, and exchanged koi for rice. What did you use to breed? Well, there were people in each village who liked certain type and breed certain types. So we used to exchange what each other bred and studied and experimented to try to make a better quality of different types. But what did you first breed? At first, it was kohaku and sanke. So did you make lots of money? Well, back then, there were not too many people who made koi. So if there were heads and tails, people made money. After the war, how did you use to ship them to different customers in different areas? We used to put koi in oke, a wooden bucket. I have many of them still here. We didn't used to have oxygen, so we put barely enough water to cover koi and have enough air in the bucket. We took the buckets to Ojiya Station by transportation similar to a golf cart of today. It used to take about 3 hours to get to the station. Then we get on the train with the bucket with koi to wherever they went. Since there were no oxygen, when we sent koi to as far as Hiroshima, the survival rate was about 70%. Were there any other now well-known breeders back in your days? Well, before the war, not too many others existed. Koi breeding got very popular after the war, after when many of us experimented and was able to breed good quality koi. When did you start to use the oxygen and transport koi in a plastic bag? It was probably about 40 years ago. How did you first get introduced to koi? I got about 10 small koi from my grandfather. There were these fish with yellow and red colors. My grandfather explained to me that koi would be a very good business in the future, so I should raise them very carefully. That was the beginning of my koi dealing days. They came in this old kettle, so I still keep the kettle as a memory. Have you ever won any prize at koi shows? I won one of the most prestigious prizes. Tanaka Kakue, old prime minister, used to present this special award for those who entered different koi each year and won the grand champion for 3 years in a row. I received this award, and at that time, I was the only one from this area. I won with 2 different kohaku and 1 sanke. What were some koi that different people bred in this area? Ogon and Yamabuki were very popular. Dainichi used to breed Ogon, and Matsunosuke's father was the original breeder of Yamabuki. Yamabuki and Ogon, at about 4 to 5 inches, in 1965, cost 20,000 to 30,000 yen. We used to sell for more than twice that. Ogon and Yamabuki was so rare that people used to wait in line to purchase them. We all used to make a lot of money. Mr. Jirosuke Kawakami, widely known as Jirosuke, is 84 years old. How long ago did your family start the business of koi? Including my grandson, it has been 4 generations. We have a long history around here. So it was back in Meiji? My grandfather was born in Meiji 29 years. So you developed your business in this village? Yes. Was it all rice farming in this area? Yes, but many of them were brokers of koi as well. Was there a lot of people who were doing koi breeding business around here back in Taisho era? Well, there were few in each village. What we used to do was to assign sales rep in each village. We didn't pay them salary or anything, but we asked these different people to act on our behalf. When we have an order, we can ask the representatives, and if they find it, we used to ask them to bring it. How many people were doing koi business back in those days? I can't remember how many businesses, but there were union, and when we used to have the union meetings, there were 15 to 20 people. In Mushigame village and Yamakoshi village, now there are many well-known breeders. But was there someone like Matsunosuke existed back then? No, it was before them. Whoa, so was there Kohaku and Sanke back then in Taisho era? Oh yes, I was born in the 9th year of Taisho. So when did you start? Well, I can remember my grandfather breeding and selling koi. My grandfather was a broker as well. We used to get lots of business from Toyama-ken. That was booming. There were a lot of breeders that used to come and visit us requesting certain koi. Did you used to have koi show like now? Where did you used to hold these shows? Well, it was not as big as they hold it now. We used to do it amongst 2 to 3 villages. We used to hold the show in the local school ground. We would put ladders on the ground and line the oke bucket on top of the ladders so the bottom would not get dirty. What did you do for oxygen? We used to take every child in the village and have them swirl around a stick inside each oke during the show. Did you used to win grand champion a lot? I have won many times. I also won Norin Daijin show. When was that? It was about Showa 51 years, 1976. What did you win the Norin Daijin show with? Kohaku? Yes, it was Kohaku. Here is the picture when I won Norin Daijin show. I also have the picture of Kohaku that I won the show with. I made a postcard. The top left. Here's the picture of the party after the show. The party cost me 1 million yen. The prize Kohaku sold for 7 million yen. When did Hiroshima become popular for koi? About Showa 15, 1940. There were breeders in Hiroshima. They used to be famous for the parent koi, but they tried to mass produce and was not successful. Were you selling koi to Hiroshima before the war? Yes, a little. But as soon as the war started, there was no business. There were koi in the pond, but no business. During the 1970s, I sold koi to the people in Hokkaido to be used in the fishing pond. Because the freight was so expensive, I had to ship 50 boxes weighing 300 kilograms weekly from my office in Tokyo. I also was the first person to ship koi to the United States of America. Although there were inquiries, the export paperwork had too many red tapes and only sent one sample shipment. Currently, there are approximately 400 Nishikigoi breeders in Yamakoshi, Ojiya. Every year, Zen-Nippon Irinkai holds koi show in Ojiya, and there seems to be an increasing number of participants from North America, Europe, Southeast Asia, and other countries each year.
How do you feel when you got face?
Well, I never thought I'd have a winning fish in Japan, even though she got third place. That's great.
It is not so unusual to see many foreigners who goes to Niigata during this time of the year for koi hunting and visit the various koi breeders. It is not too far in the future to make Mr. Kato's wish for the people from all over the world to come to know and experience the beauty of Nishikigoi to come true.